Great to welcome back Hilton Head Island Town Manager Steve Riley. Steve, you had to drive through the construction project going on at the USCB Hospitality Campus to get here. Starts to look like it's taking form now.
Yes, the walls are going up. You can actually really see things coming together. A lot of site work went on that we didn't all see. It is a little behind schedule. They had hoped maybe to finish up initially maybe May, June, July timeframe. Their current target is mid-September. They do have a plan. That's mid-September next year.
Yeah.
They do have a plan for how they're going to get through those first few weeks of school. They've already lined up for early October the president of the university system to be down here for a grand opening, and
Fantastic.
So it's moving along.
So we're still talking about next fall of 18.
Yes.
Getting her up and going. All right. I teased this. Let's talk about the bridge and the potential for either expanded or replaced bridges, and just get your idea. You talk to these people who are involved in all of this all the time. You've, I'm sure, been drawing pictures yourself. What do you want to see? Expanded bridge, new bridge? And what's the difference in cost?
I think you need a new bridge at the end of the day. And I think it needs to be 6 lanes. I think you need to get rid of the power lines at that point in time and hang them up underneath the bridge itself. I think you need pathways as part of it. I think you need to get rid of the earthen causeways and get it up in the air high enough that you don't blow out bridge segments as has happened in some low-sitting causeways and other places after a hurricane.
Right.
I think you need to probably go up and over Pinckney Island and have off-ramps that safely take you down to the boat ramp and down to Pinckney Island. I think you need to talk about whether you land in a slightly different place on when you get to the Hilton Head side or the Jenkins Island side, perhaps where the power lines are now, so that you can provide a different and safer access to Windmill, Blue Heron, and some other places. And then one of the grand challenges is going to be how you get all that through that stony entrance area and tie it back into to the Cross Island. But those are some of my thoughts over the years, and about how you go about doing that and how you build it while you have a bridge in place in the meantime.
Well, that's why we're going to have you back over the next few months as we continue to work through all this. Can we do that for $240 million, which is what the sort of the number that's being thrown out there?
I don't know if you can do it for that number, but that's the number we're starting with. And of course, the County Council's looking at putting a referendum on next fall. The state has some money only for replacement of the one oldest bridge, and this is where we really got to get the conversation going, because if you replace that as is, then you're pretty much locked in place for everything else for all time, and that's a bad idea.
Yeah, that's not good. Can we get it replaced? Can we use the state money to make that bridge better?
The state is willing to talk about how it applies this money to a bigger picture solution, and as we begin to plan for it, then we've put ourselves in a position for state and federal funding, because this is, after all, a federal highway. We don't need to pay for this all ourselves.
There you go. And the federal infrastructure plan that Congress continues to talk about but not do much about, would this put us in line to be a part of that?
Yes. The further you are along in your planning and permitting, the better chance you have to get into something like that if it ever comes to be.
And my guess is it's not going to get any cheaper 10 years from now either, right? I mean, doing it now would be...
No. You know, if you look back, the Cross Island was an $80 million project.
Okay.
You know.
You couldn't do that for, what, $800 million now, probably,
I don't know if it'd be that much, but yeah.
Just putting another zero on it. Things do get more expensive as you get going with that. All right, Steve, thanks so much. We appreciate the time, and I'm sure we'll be talking about it more as the months go along.
Glad to be here.